For centuries, Japan has held one of the longest life expectancies in the world. Today, they celebrate a new record, almost 100,000 centenarians. Behind these numbers lies a quiet truth. Their culture embraces food as a source of vitality and respect. An ancestral philosophy nourishes both body and spirit. We'll explore 9 Japanese principles that invite you to reflect on the way you eat. 1. Eat until you're 80% full. The most famous Japanese eating principle comes from Okinawa. Stop eating when you're about 80% full. This teaching centers on listening to your body's natural signals. Your stomach takes approximately 20 minutes to communicate satiety to your brain. By stopping at that 80% point, where hunger has disappeared but fullness hasn't arrived, you give your digestive system time to register what you've consumed. Constantly overeating stresses your digestive system. This practice links to dramatically lower rates of acid reflux and bloating. Blood sugar remains steady, eliminating energy crashes and cravings. Okinawans following this principle demonstrate much lower rates of heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. Implementation requires deliberate pacing. Place your utensils down between bites and assess your stomach's actual state. Smaller plates create a visual framework that helps your mind register satisfaction with appropriate portions. The shift moves you from unconscious consumption to intentional nourishment. 2. Small, diverse portions. Traditional Japanese meals present multiple small, separate dishes rather than one large plate. The arrangement achieves balanced nutrition and natural portion control simultaneously. Several small dishes ensure you consume a wide variety of nutrients in a single sitting. Vegetables, lean proteins like fish and soy, and healthy carbohydrates naturally integrate into each meal. This diversity explains the exceptional health outcomes in Japanese populations. Satisfaction comes from varied flavors and textures rather than sheer volume. Smaller bowls and plates completely reframe your perception of adequate meals, shifting focus from quantity to quality. 3. Mindful eating rituals. Japanese culture treats eating with deliberate gratitude. Before every meal, people pause to acknowledge everyone and everything that brought food to the table. Farmers, fishermen, cooks, and the ingredients themselves. This moment pulls attention away from daily distractions and centers focus on the meal ahead. Mindful eating creates presence with your food. When you eat mindfully, you savor each bite, registering flavors and textures completely. This awareness naturally slows consumption. Mindful eating also helps break the cycle of anxious eating. Stress often makes us eat faster and more than we need, but attention slows the rhythm. As you notice flavors and textures, your body gains the space to recognize true satiety. Over time, this practice reshapes eating from an unconscious habit into an intentional act that strengthens both health and well-being. 4. Emphasizing food presentation. Japanese meals demonstrate that visual experience precedes taste. Food presentation receives careful attention to create balanced color, shape, and texture. Empty space on the plate helps individual ingredients stand out and command attention. Visual appeal fundamentally shapes the eating experience. Science confirms that attractive presentation enhances perceived taste and increases satisfaction. When meals resemble art, you naturally slow down and appreciate them, which improves digestion and creates fullness with less food. My grandmother used to say that a good meal should always be colorful. At the time, it sounded simple, almost decorative, but I later realized the wisdom behind it. A colorful plate signals diversity, different textures, flavors, and nutrients that the body needs to thrive. This small detail turns presentation into more than aesthetics. It becomes a reminder that beauty and nourishment often go hand in hand. 5. Seasonal eating. Japanese cooking celebrates foods at their absolute seasonal peak, when flavor and nutrients reach maximum concentration. This practice honors nature's cycles by enjoying ingredients at optimal moments. Seasonal eating delivers major health advantages. Produce picked and consumed at peak ripeness contains maximum vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. The food hasn't languished in storage or traveled across continents, which depletes nutritional value. You receive optimal nourishment from the highest quality ingredients. In Japan, this practice even has a name: shun, the moment when each ingredient reaches its peak. Eating in harmony with the seasons nurtures more than the body. It grounds you in the rhythm of nature, offers constant variety, and supports sustainable food traditions. Embracing seasonal eating encourages dietary variety throughout the year and connects you to your local environment, reminding you that nourishment comes from nearby soil, weather, and traditions. Knowing this creates a sense of belonging and respect for the land that sustains you. 6. Regular tea consumption. Japanese meals typically include simple, unsweetened tea. This habit serves as a powerful health tool. Green tea contains abundant antioxidants called catechins, which research extensively documents for health benefits. These antioxidants protect cells from damage, reducing oxidative stress and lowering chronic disease risk. Replacing sugary drinks with green tea eliminates empty calories and added sugar, significantly benefiting health and weight. Preparing and sipping tea creates a calming, mindful moment in your day. Making green tea your primary beverage represents one of the easiest and most effective Japanese habits to adopt. 7. Minimal processed food. In Japan, meals often begin with simple, fresh ingredients chosen for their quality, not their convenience. Foods are allowed to shine in their natural state. Even fermented staples like miso, natto, or pickled vegetables carry the flavors of time and natural transformation, while boosting digestion, immunity, and gut health. Preparing and choosing ingredients with care turns eating into an intentional act, where the focus is on nourishment rather than convenience. Over time, this approach supports steady energy, mental clarity, and long-term well-being, while subtly reconnecting us to the sources of our food and the rhythms of nature. Eight, fermented foods at every meal. Long before gut health became trendy, fermented foods formed daily staples in Japan. These foods contain abundant probiotics, live microorganisms critical for healthy digestive systems. A healthy gut proves essential for everything from nutrient absorption to strong immunity and mental health. Probiotics maintain this delicate system's balance, improving digestion and reducing bloating. Research suggests that probiotics in fermented foods strengthen immune function. In Japan, fermented foods aren't treated as an occasional supplement, but as a quiet constant of daily eating. What makes this powerful is not the quantity, but the rhythm. Small, steady doses that nourish the gut day after day. Over time, this consistency strengthens digestion, supports immunity, and helps the body find balance. Fermentation, then, becomes more than a culinary tradition. It's a subtle practice of long-term health woven into everyday life. 9. Eating with all your senses. This final principle returns to mindfulness. In Japan, food becomes an experience for all 5 senses throughout the entire meal. Notice vibrant colors, incredible aromas, varied textures in your mouth, and the sound of crunchy vegetables. Engaging all senses creates complete presence in the moment. This naturally slows eating, allowing genuine enjoyment and clear recognition of fullness signals. Eating transforms from mechanical action into joyful ritual. These 9 Japanese eating habits can genuinely transform your health. From the wisdom of eating to 80% fullness to the daily ritual of drinking green tea, these principles offer a refreshing alternative to restrictive dieting. You don't need to copy every detail of Japanese eating or apply every single habit at once. What matters is understanding the spirit behind them, eating with awareness, valuing quality over quantity, and noticing how food truly makes you feel. When you approach meals this way, even small changes begin to shift your relationship with food. Nourishing your body stops being about rigid rules and becomes a gentle practice of care, one that supports not only health, but also a simpler, calmer, and happier way of living.